Hello everyone, this is the second part and a continuation of our marriage series on how to spice up your marriage. If you haven't seen the video on the first part, I would say you should check it out. If you are not yet subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell to keep you in the loop when I post new videos. Also, you can check out my website at www.relationshiptidbits.com. Still talking about how to spice up your marriage, to put back that spark it had from the beginning. These are some of the things you can do. And this is a continuation of where we stopped last week. Number 12, love and respect. These are two key ingredients for any marriage. The husband is to love his wife, and the wife is to respect her husband. You may be out there asking yourself, I love my wife, but she is just too cranky and difficult to deal with. In fact, you don't know my wife. If you did, you wouldn't say this. And you as the wife may be thinking, I respect my husband, but he could just be a jerk or a knucklehead sometimes. However, I tell you, if you both really do it right, husband loving your wife from your heart, and wife according your own husband the respect he deserves, your marriage will bloom. You can't do these things and go wrong. Just give it a try. Number 13, choose your battles. Before you continue with that argument, ask yourself in a brief moment whether or if what you are making your point on would be important in the next 6 months, 2 weeks, or even the next day. If it's not going to matter, then it's probably not important. Let it go. Number 14, always talk about your spouse. Where your treasure is, that's where your heart will be, right? Hopefully you're not saying wrong. But either ways, talk about your spouse. Say good things about your spouse, and you don't have to lie about it. If at all, there must be at least that one thing that your spouse does that you love. You may be wondering and saying to yourself, what? I can't think of anything. But trust me, if your spouse doesn't have that one thing, you probably wouldn't have married him or her. Say it to your friends. Say it to your colleagues. Loud it out. Loud it out. Let them know you truly love your spouse. Number 15, give words of affirmation and encouragement. Let your spouse know how special and loved you are to him or her. Say it every time. Let it be odd when you don't say it. Number 16, touch your spouse. Touch your spouse just because. Even if it's for no reason, it's okay. Touch because you love him or her. Touch in a loving way. Touch could be a form of healing for yourself and your spouse as well. Don't ever underestimate the power of a touch. If your spouse is beside you, go ahead. Just touch him or her in a loving way. If your spouse is not there with you, brother, experiment later. Number 17, appreciate each other, even in the seemingly little things. Don't overlook those things that seem so little or unimportant. It could be important to your spouse. Let them know you noticed whatever it was. Number 18, do not put each other down in public. Do not despise your spouse in public. Anything you want to say can be said when you get home. Honor your wife and love her. Wife, respect your husband. Do this not only in public alone, but also in private. At home as well. Number 19, make meals for him. Not just food, but sumptuous meals. No brainer, right? Who needs to be reminded that they have to cook for their own spouse? You will be shocked. If you know you do not have the required cooking skills to sustain your cooking, there are a lot of cooking channels around, including on YouTube, where you can get through to learning different foods depending on the part of the world you are from. I know people eat out sometimes or very often, but if you can do it, if you can do some homemade meals, do it as much as you can. Also, as the husband, there's nothing wrong with you taking up the spoon to whip something up real quick whenever you have the time. You don't have to do it all of the time, and it doesn't even have to be on a special occasion you celebrate in your home, though you could do that as well. Surprise your wife every once in a while. I don't think any wife would say no to that. Right, ladies? If no, I applaud you. You are indeed a superwoman. Number 20, settle your matters quickly. Don't sweep things under the rug or allow too much time to pass before you address your issues. Piling up issues or things that bother you without addressing them could lead to many more problems down the line in the home. Number 21, always remember you are not in a competition with your spouse. If one wins, so does the other, and vice versa. Number 22, pray together if you believe in prayer. A family that prays together stays together if prayer is one of the core pillars of that home. Pray together as a family. Also pray for your spouse independently. Nothing stops you from randomly stopping what you're doing during the day or at night and laying your hands on your spouse to say a quick prayer for him or her. Doing that can make your spouse even love you more. You don't have to say, "Let me pray for you." Just do it. Number 23, put God first in everything. If you believe in God, trust me, you can't go wrong if you do this. Number 24, and finally on this, let the motto of your marriage be better, do better, improve. This series continues next week. We will be talking about financial stability in the home, and we will be having a very special guest. You don't want to miss it. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and share it with your friends. Thanks for stopping by, and see you next week.